We're in the middle of this massive AI gold rush, right? It feels like new AI products are launching every single day. But here's the thing. The real question is, with all this stuff being built, why are so many of them, well, failing? Why aren't they finding an audience or solving a real problem? So today, let's unpack what separates the real winners from all that noise.
And this quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures the challenge. If you're trying to build anything in this space, you know what I'm talking about. Every new model, every competitor announcement, every flashy demo, it's a potential distraction. It's just this overwhelming amount of noise, and it's pulling teams in a million different directions all at once.
And the results of all that distraction? It's very, very real. We're talking about a graveyard of failed products. Seriously. We're seeing all these AI features that nobody ever asked for, and just countless hours and, money being spent on building things that provide absolutely zero real value. It's because teams are chasing the latest trends instead of, actually solving problems for real people.
So, okay, if the landscape is so full of these traps, how on earth do the winners manage to navigate through all that noise? What's their secret? How do they build the AI products that we actually end up using and, really loving? Simple. They use a compass. And that compass, it's called product strategy. Look, it's not about having the flashiest new tech or this giant list of features. Not at all. It's about having a clear, totally unwavering direction that guides every single decision you make. All right, so what is a product strategy really? At its core, it's the plan that forces you, and I mean forces you, to answer the most important questions. Like, who are we actually building this for? What problem are we really trying to solve for them? And probably the most important one, why are we going to be the ones to win? It's that crucial bridge between some big, grand vision and the nitty-gritty day-to-day work of actually building the thing. Now, strategy doesn't just exist in a vacuum, right? It's part of something bigger, what we call the strategy stack. Think of it like a trip. It all starts with the vision. That's your destination. CSMs save high-value accounts. Boom. Then comes the strategy. That's the specific route you're going to take. Predict churn 90 days out. Okay, clear. Next up is positioning. This is your unique landmark, what makes you stand out. We're the only ones trained on 3 billion CSM signals. And finally, you have the roadmap. These are your turn-by-turn directions. Q2, we do the MVP. Q3, we go for enterprise. See? It's the super clear, logical flow from the big why all the way down to the what and when. Okay, that strategy stack makes total sense for pretty much any product. But building with AI? Man, that adds a whole new layer of complexity. It's like you're still trying to navigate that same route, but now you're driving through a massive storm, and the map itself is changing in your hands. It's just different. This is what we call the AI gauntlet. These are the extra hurdles you absolutely have to clear for any AI product. It's not enough to just ask, hey, can we build this? You have to go deeper. You have to prove that AI actually makes the experience better. Do you even have enough data? Is it any good? Can the model be trusted to be accurate? And what about the money? Do the economics even make sense? And here's the big one. Is your advantage actually defensible? Or are you just putting a thin wrapper on some public model that anyone can use? These are literally the make or break questions. And this brings us to, honestly, one of the most important points of all. A really powerful strategy isn't just about what you're going to do. It's actually more about what you're not going to do. It's a what we won't do list. It's all about making those really tough choices and committing to one single path, and then deliberately closing the door on everything else, no matter how shiny and tempting it all looks. So, what do these hard choices actually look like in the real world? Well, the first big one is breadth versus depth. Are you going to be a Swiss Army knife trying to serve a whole bunch of different use cases pretty well? Or are you going to be a scalpel, designed to solve just one problem, but solve it perfectly? A great strategy forces you to make that choice. You can't be both. And then there's the classic trade-off, right? Speed versus quality. And let me tell you, in the world of AI, this is absolutely huge. Do you rush a good enough model out the door just to be the first one on the market? Or do you take your time, build something incredibly robust and accurate, even if it means watching a competitor launch before you do? That's a tough one.
And here's a choice that's really specific to AI. Full automation versus human review. Is your goal to create this completely hands-off, magical experience? Or do you build a system where there's always a human in the loop to double-check things, to ensure accuracy, to build trust? I mean, for anything high stakes, that decision is absolutely everything.
So, when you boil it all down, this is really about mastering the art of saying no. A strong strategy isn't about keeping all your options open, it's the exact opposite. It's about having the guts to close doors, to say no, not that. It's about focusing your team's precious, limited energy on the one path that's actually going to lead to a win.
So, what's on this no list in practice? Well, it means saying nope to cloning that big feature your competitor has, even if a bunch of customers are asking for it. It means saying no to jumping on the latest AI trend just because it's all over social media. And yet, sometimes it even means saying no to an urgent request from your own leadership, especially if it's going to pull the team off the strategic course you've already set.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do you actually spot this stuff out in the wild? When you're looking at a new AI product or you hear a company's big pitch, how can you tell if there's a real solid strategy behind it or if it's all just smoke and mirrors and hype?
Well, let me show you the difference in practice. A bad strategy, a weak one, sounds something like this. We should add AI because our competitors are doing it. See, it's just reactive. But a better strategy, a real one, sounds like the example on the right. It names a specific problem, reducing onboarding time, for a specific user, mid-market teams. It leverages a unique advantage, our workflow data, to solve a real business problem, churn. It tells a complete, compelling story.
So here you go. This is your cheat sheet for spotting a winner. Just ask these questions. 1. Does it state a clear user problem? 2. Does it name a specific target market? 3. Does it show its unique advantage, its moat? 4. Does it actually tie the plan to real business metrics? And 5, maybe most importantly, does it explain why AI is the right move here? Look, if a plan can't tick these boxes, it's almost certainly not a winning strategy.
So I'm going to leave you with a final thought, a question to take with you. The very next time you see some cool new AI tool pop up, just stop and ask yourself, is this a real strategy or is it just another shiny feature lost in the noise of the gold rush? The answer to that question, it'll tell you everything you need to know.